Hi, grade two. Today for our little project, we're going to be making your own constellation. Now to do this, you're going to need a piece of construction paper. Preferably black construction paper would be best, but of course if you don't have black, any other color of paper will do. Especially is important if it's a little bit thicker paper. Okay, this will work best with thicker paper. And take a look right here. So, all right. So here, I've got a piece of black construction paper, and in my hand, I've got a thumbtack, a little pin. Now what you're going to do with this is you're going to just take your pin and you're going to stab your construction paper just kind of randomly, going here and there and everywhere. This works best if you put something soft underneath it. What I've done here is I'm putting it on our classroom sofa because I don't mind poking it a little bit with a pin. Before you start poking any furniture in your house, just make sure it's okay with your mom or dad. I don't want to get you in trouble for poking your sofa with a pin, especially if you have like a leather sofa and something that's quite expensive. Your parents will not be happy with me at all. So there, I've gone ahead and I've poked a whole bunch of holes in my paper. All right, the next step is you're going to get a piece of tape and you're going to stick it at the top of your paper, and then you're going to find a window. Now, I really should have done this in the daytime when I had a bit more light, but I can still hopefully do it now before it gets too dark outside. So I'm going to take my paper that I've punched a bunch of holes in it, and I'm going to look, and hey, it looks just like a starry sky with all the little dots of light in my paper. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and connect the dots. I'm going to try and find some dots that, oh, maybe I can make a picture out of connecting these dots. Give me a minute just to take a look at what I have. All right, so now I've kind of taken a close look at my starry sky here as the real sun goes down and the real stars will come out very soon. I'm just trying to look for something that I can recognize, maybe a shape if I start connecting some dots. So the first thing I notice is that I have, maybe if I have a nice straight line here, I can connect these dots here that almost make a line, a straight line going that way. Yeah, and then I see another line, kind of like dots going this way. And then I noticed, oh, well, that actually, makes a nice triangular shape here. And then I thought, well, if I have that triangular shape here, and I kind of go from this dot here, it kind of goes down and there, and if I connect there, it kind of creates a shape that you probably can't see very clearly. I've used a white pencil to mark this on here so it's a bit more visible. I don't know if you can see what I've made at the moment because my pencil line is not very clear and it's a bit dark in the room, but if I just trace along my shape a bit darker, go like so. I've traced the shape, which to me I thought, hey, it kind of looks like there is an umbrella there. Okay, so this could be the umbrella constellation. Yeah, it's up to you to find whatever you can in your creation. I'll let you be as creative as you can. The important thing is to be just kind of, when you do the dots, don't think, okay, I'm going to make an umbrella. It's, you just make the dots randomly and then you take a look at what you have and then you go from there. Because, you know, there's so many dots, you could virtually make almost any shape you want. If you really look carefully, you can connect things to get some type of picture. What I've done is just I kind of went with the first thing I saw. I probably could have looked at it a bit longer and found other shapes within here, and then gone with that constellation, but mine is called the umbrella constellation. Now the next step of this is that you're going to create a little myth about, well, how did this umbrella constellation get there? Why did an umbrella constellation appear in the sky? Right? So that'll be the next step. And also, while I had you guys here, I just wanted to notice one thing. If I look up above and into the real sky, now it's still quite bright out there, but if we look really, really carefully up in the sky, we can see the first stars come out. And where did it go? lost my star. There, right there, that's what I was trying to find for you. Right there, the first star is already up. I know you can't see it clearly. I can't see it clearly. There, it's clear for a second. That is not actually a star, but that is the planet Venus. It's just coming up right now. It's just before 7 o'clock, and that is the first thing we can see in the sky every night, usually, as long as it's up above the horizon. Hey, so hello, Venus. All right, so now that I've got my umbrella constellation here, my next job is going to be, I'm going to do some creative thinking about what type of story there could be about how this umbrella constellation got into the sky. As you've read all the different stories this past week about how the different constellations are up there, why Orion is in the sky, why we see the Scorpion, and all these other things, think about why would an umbrella be there? I don't know. Maybe it was put there because it was a special umbrella. Maybe it helped save someone when it was really rainy. How many other stories I could think of? Maybe it's just, a good story about an umbrella was it was a rainy day and somebody didn't have an umbrella, and the nice person that said, hey, I'm going to give this umbrella to this old man who seems to be having trouble walking in the rain without an umbrella and looks really cold, so I will be very nice and I'll give him my umbrella. And it turns out that old man was really a god who said, oh, I thank you, and then, oh, I thank you so much for your umbrella, and he used the umbrella to fly back up into the sky, and then he left the umbrella up in the sky as a symbol of thanks to the nice young man who lent him the umbrella. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go into Story Jumper, and I'm going to write up my story about the umbrella constellation. Okay, so that is your next project for this week, is to do the artwork and then to make up a story about your constellation. Have fun. I'm looking forward to reading your stories. Now, one more option you could have for this, if you don't want to do your story on Story Jumper, the other option is to make a comic like you learned how to do this week as well. So you have those two options. You can do it online using Story Jumper to make your story, or you can go ahead use the same comic layouts from the other lesson. You can print those out again, and you can write up your own comic strip about your own constellation story. How, in my case, how the umbrella got up into the stars. In your case, whatever wonderful creation you have come up with. Looking forward to seeing your constellation stories at the end of the week. And with that, I say goodbye as we zoom into the solar system.